Hey everyone, I'm back with another tip for preparing things in the summer to ease your back to school year. So today's tip is all about tools that your students will need at their hands, especially in the primary grades throughout the year, and prepping those. So what I mean by that might be like a number grid, an alphabet chart, colors, numbers, any kind of toolkit that you can provide for them. So I'm going to share with you kind of 3 things that I've used in the past with my students. So I use menus for many years, and I have this menu resource, and basically I made it out of 2 file folders that I glued together, and it made a U tent, kind of like an office around their desk. Unfortunately, I don't have that today to show you because they're at school, but inside it included the days of the week, the months of the year, an alphabet with the vowels highlighted, a number chart, the number words, the shapes, all the chunks that we learn, colors, and then some writing goodies. So the pros about having this little mini office is that you can tell them to get their office out, and they kind of have their own private space when they're doing assessments and things like that. The cons are if you don't want them to have those tools and then they are kind of out, they use them, but I mean, they're first graders, so, or what lower grades need these kind of things. They do get dingy after a couple years. They're kind of a lot of gluing and laminating, but mine lasted, I think, like 5 or 6 years before I had to replace them. And I did not keep them in their seats. I kept them in a tub, and whenever they needed them, they were just able to go get them. So then after using those for a few years, I tried something different. I tried what I called a menu name tag. It doesn't include as many things that the kids need, but it worked out great. Here's Charlie's menu. This is just a regular sheet size piece of paper. The menus come in 2 different sizes. And then this is like a 11 by 17. And I printed this at home on my printer. And then I just glued it together, and then I will laminate it. But this includes the most important tools. I feel like the alphabet my kids use all the time as a reference, the 100 grid, and then the letter and sound correlations, and then number words. We use number words all the time in our calendar. So I wanted, and a number line. I wanted them to have all those things. So for those, I laminate on a 5 mil thickness lamination. It's almost like as thick as if you went to a restaurant and you had a menu, and they last all year. I mean, they're amazing. So I love those. Well, then COVID hit, and I couldn't have menus for my kids, but I still wanted them to have tools. So I made this little helper folder. It was purple on purpose because we had color folders last year, and I'm going to talk a lot more about that and how we'll definitely use that again. But the purple folder, they knew it was their helper folder. When they were at home, they had it at home. When they came back to school, they brought it with them, and it just provided them with anything they needed to help them academically. So I'll go through and show you kind of some of the things that I have in the helper folder. I had color words, shapes. I had a place value chart, 10s and 1s, 10 frames so we can manipulate cubes, their number words, a part total, a number line. I had a number grid, and I did print the number grids, not in this one for some reason. Some of my mini office things I did print and put in here too. Anyways, this was an awesome deal last year. It worked out really well. I do love it. When I return, I will use the helper folder again, and I will probably use the menu again. I'll link all 3 of these. The helper folder is not in my Teachers Pay Teachers store, but if you would like any of the goodies from my helper folder that are not part of the menu or the mini office, you can sign up for my email and grab that for free. So I will also link that as well. So providing your kids with some tools that they will need at their hands. I like to watch TV and do things at the same time. So like this is a lot of lamination prep. Mine like held up really well last year, so I could use them again, but I decided I wanted my kids to take them home in case they needed it for something at home. They could do it too at home and have that resource. So that is my tip for creating tools that your kids can use and have at their hands, whatever it might be or whatever your grade needs. There's so many things out there that are amazing, but just making sure that your kids have the resources they need at their fingertips. Those are fun, easy things that you can prep in the summer and be ready to go when school starts. Thanks. I'll see you soon.